Hello and welcome to the 401st episode of the Roach Coach podcast, the journey to create the new metal canon. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt
Keep
Nas.
it rolling, baby.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen, back with you, back for another episode of Roach Coach, creating this new metal canon one album at a time. This week, it's all about who's tweeting.
Who's tweeting?
That's right. We're going over your feedback, your Roach recommendations, your emails, and let's just kick it off with the topic that we got to talk about, which is that we just celebrated 400 episodes.
400.
And now on 401, we had asked everybody, hey, tell us your memories, tell us your thoughts, give us praise, feed our egos.
Please.
We have made 400 episodes of this show. Tell us what you liked about it. Don't tell us anything mean. And thankfully, everybody obliged. Lots and lots of great comments. Matt, why don't you start with this wonderful comment from Dan Terry?
Dan Terry comes in. We love Dan Terry. If you haven't been checking out DFT's Dungeon, it's on Gabber Media, which is what Roach Coach is on.
There you
and
go.
He's doing the damn thing. And he's been doing it for a while. He just made a pretty significant announcement. I'll let you find out what that is. But anyway, Dan comes in and he says, my favorite Roach Coach memory was when I was installing garage doors and blasting the Alien Ant Farm episode, and one of the construction workers was cracking up every 3 seconds. He finally asked me the name of the podcast and if there were any more episodes on it. And I was like, buddy, you got years of enjoyment ahead of you. My favorite thing about this story you mentioned, Lorin, is that like Alien Ant Farm is kind of in the teens, maybe in the 20s.
I want to say it's like episode like 27 or something like that.
So the question is either...
Oh, no, you're right, Matt. It's episode 19.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like 19. So my question is, did Dan work this job like when we were at episode 100, 200? But he goes back to the Alien Ant Farm one all the time because he's like, this is a good one to play in front of the fellas.
This is safe.
This one's a safe one.
This one's safe.
Not too much prowler, not too much broad talk, just enough of everything.
Right. Yeah, they're not busting out "Man, I Feel Like a Man" yet. You know, none of that stuff's going on. But what's funny is the very next episode is Disturbed Sickness, which is, which I feel like now I'm like, if somebody's like, what does your show sound like? I'm like, you should just start with The Sickness. That's the episode, I think.
I feel really... like that was the one where it was like, every episode is similar to this. There's different characters that come in and out. There's different bits that happen, but like your and Jenny unfiltered love of something and my putting up with it.
There it is.
I hadn't turned the corner yet of actually really enjoying some of it.
No,
that really comes at the the System of a Down episodes.
Yeah, that's when things start to change. Absolutely. Mike Palladino said, I love this podcast. When I first started listening, I think I had about 50 episodes to catch up, and I gotta say it was the best 100 hours of my life. Well done.
We are on brand.
Yes, I love the book reviews, the characters, the 15 or so phrases that are said during each episode, and hate listening to the albums presented. I talk about this podcast with so many people. Hopefully one day they will become Roach Riders too. Keep up the great work. Thanks again, Lorin, Jenny, and Matt. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike, for doing the damn thing.
That's right.
Christoph Markle comes in. Oh, man, so many great moments to choose from. Here are a few that stand out. Number 1, bro talk, or whatever the segment is, when Jenny jumps in with a deep voice and everyone starts talking like an ultra bro. Honestly, I cry laughing every time. Some of the best one-liners have come out of that skit. I do love a good broad talk.
A good broad talk.
It is not the same without Jenny.
Well, you gotta have her in it. You need that element of, you know what, you gotta have an actual broad.
Yeah, you gotta have an actual, you know what I mean? The other thing is that she goes so much further than you and I do. Like, her filter fully removed.
Listen, Jenny will sometimes say like someone's gone too far, but really no one goes further than Jenny.
All right. We'll continue the comment. Number 2, the Follow the Leader episode live in the hotel room where everyone is drunk. Classic. Ooh, Wait a second. Follow the Leader, I thought was live.
Follow the Leader. So. I believe he is. So there's a couple details here. For one, I appreciate the level of excitement. It's the Corn Issues episode that we are in the hotel room. We are not drunk. We are
We are
hopped up on hot chicken.
That's correct. And that episode is also the creation of Funky Cat.
That's right.
Because I remember we reorganized that whole, we should have taken a picture, but we didn't. We reorganized the whole hotel room so that we could be facing each other. We waited prior to this 2.5 hours for hot chicken because I was like, oh, wow, we're here in Nashville. We should get some hot chicken. We got the order in, and then it was like, they have our money. Where's our chicken? And we waited forever. And this is the thing, like Lorin was not the happiest he's ever been
I was
at this
furious. I was
at
furious. I was
at this
so mad.
situation. And it was about to get worse because Jenny and I both were like, I do not think this is gonna happen. I don't know how the hell we're gonna do this episode. And then we got that sweet hot chicken in us. And it truly did give us life. Because we were all on one on that episode.
We were, and then the thing I always remember was that we're eating this chicken in silence, and then Matt, you look at me and you go, "How long is this shoes?" And I was like, 53 minutes, but it has like a bunch of snow at the end. And you're like, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Let's do it. And then Jenny's like, all right, but I'm taking my shoes off or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, he's like, I don't care.
Very Jenny move.
And then we like moved beds and moved counters and moved, and yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
3, the new metal junk drawer, the most random collection of items, all perfect in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
Junk drawer is a classic. I love the junk drawer.
Love it.
Special mention to Jenny reacting to the insanity of the Rammstein music videos. Keep up the amazing work. This podcast was a staple of mine during the pandemic. It made me feel really connected to the new metal community. Matt, Jenny, Lorin, you've made something special and should be very proud of the funny, amazing podcast you've created in your free time. We know you're all rich and make millions of dollars from this podcast, but we still appreciate it. Patreon.com/Roach Coach Podcast. Become a member. Help us fulfill our multi-millionaire dreams.
That's right. Just
$7 at a time, baby.
That's right. Join the Patreon. You get a bonus episode every week. Every week. God, no, I can't do that. A bonus episode every month. A bonus episode every month.
I'm gonna tell you real true. Ain't no way that would be $7 a month.
No. But
can you imagine taking on another weekly podcast right now?
Matt, we just scheduled out for the next pact, and it was truly sweating bullets. Okay, like I was in a Megadeth mode.
There was a time where I was doing 3 weekly podcasts.
You're crazy.
And I was doing it for years. Wow. All that free time.
It was wild. It's wild that you did that. It is.
All that free time before my life got really serious.
Yes. Well, it's funny because I remember people reaching out and saying, "Oh, do you want to do a show?" And I remember thinking, like, I'm doing notes for this show. I'm editing the show. Like, I roll into Wednesday. I just want everybody to know when I roll into Wednesday, I'm like, I post everything, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shut down. I can't do anything for a while. I'm like so done. But then I gotta turn it all back on, especially if we end up recording on a weekend. Then I gotta do notes Thursday night, so I really only get like a night. So
but
give
Christoph, please don't let us talking about the logistics of doing this podcast make you think that we're saying anything negative about your comment.
Yes,
because we appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thanks for listening. That's awesome.
Steven Mazinski says, you guys kill me when you bring up the Vampire Lestat in any context. Also, Matt Naz's former coworker at Pizza Hut, who seriously told him in order to be a vampire, you have to want it. If you could summarize the 90s in one statement, Pizza Hut really was far superior in those days.
I forgot I told that story, but it's so true. And it was like,
amazing.
What are you? Yeah. You have to listen to Cowboy Junkies and just really want it.
Listen, working in food service, you're gonna meet some of the most wild and interesting people that you've ever known in your life.
It's the best. working in food service, if you are a normie like me, like I would say I'm pretty straight down the middle, but working in food service gave me a lot more edges.
Mm, yeah. No, I met when I was working at the deli in the mall, I met some real wild characters. Some real wild characters.
And then you transition to retail and you meet a different I met somebody
Mhm.
for 6 months that wasn't who they were because they didn't have a social security number, and once they get found out, they disappear.
I love it. I love it. I love it so much. That's amazing. Uh well, thank you so much, Steven, for that one. Matt,
You
can
wanna
I
take this one or should
yeah,
I?
yeah, let me dive into this one from Alex Pozuelos. One of my favorite moments was the first time I heard the podcast. I was looking for the Family Values album with the giant crying baby, and I just so happened to stumble on the podcast. I was at work, so I was like, okay, I'll give this a listen and see what these people have to say about this album I have major nostalgia for, and I wasn't disappointed. I love how you guys start the up by giving some info or stories you have about the band or album before you get into it. All your funny bits had me crying laughing at work. But the moment Primus comes on and Funky Ken came out, I think I passed away from laughter. So I absolutely had to go back and listen from the beginning, and I'm so glad I did because I found comedy gold. All the funny characters and moments, there's so many, I can't name them all, or I'd be writing this all day. I can't believe this was like 4 to 5 years ago, and I've been listening to you guys every Wednesday. It's become like a weekly ritual, and I just want to say thank you, guys, for all the laughter and good times and being so freaking cool and actually communicating with your fans with the Who's Tweeting Eps. Roach Rider for life. I just want to say what up to my girl Midwest Mom, Funky Ken, Charles Mansion, Indigo Basement, Alive with the Vibe, Lorin at the Milk Bar, Matt and Oz, you know what's up, Dialed into the Planet, and God, I love you.
You!
Pozuelos, you
Amazing.
fucking did it. You know what, Alex Pozuelos, real motherfucking deal.
Here's the deal, and this is not hyperbole. There are
Mhm,
a few of our Roach writers who've been writing for so long, I can't even imagine the show without them.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, yeah, you're part of the show too.
Yeah, absolutely. What we
And
got next?
we've already mentioned quite a few of them already.
We have. What we got up next, Matt?
We've got Auntie Allen coming in. I found it endlessly amusing when you covered "Hell yeah," and Matt kept saying "Hell yeah" to every other statement. His manly macho voice, very macho voice, so funny. Also, Charles Manson.
Wow, two great Matt characters
Oh,
in one. Hell
if
yeah, voice.
you are
And
excited about Charles Manson, let me just tell you, I don't have to blow this because you already know this. The 420 Puff Puff Pass Cottonmouth Kings episode, Charles Manson be spitting bars.
I don't think we actually have. This is the perfect time. We made it. We have 420 reviews, and we recorded the episode, and it's coming
Yeah,
out in a little bit,
and very soon.
very
And
soon.
let me just tell you, Charles Manson makes his voice heard.
Yes.
He he was heard on episode 400, letting you know that the steel beams melted. But in this next one, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty good.
I think so. I think so. Uh, Luke Demas. I still remember stumbling across your show because you did an episode on 311 self-titled album. I emailed you guys saying how funny I thought it was that y'all didn't really like it, even though 311 is my favorite band, lol. And Jenny was super sweet and sounded genuinely happy that I wasn't offended and could have fun with you guys. That moment showed me that even with differing opinions, you all seem very genuine, and listening to your show has felt like hanging out with friends ever since. Happy 400. I'm ready for 400 more. Keep on rolling, baby.
Keep it rolling, baby.
Absolutely, Luke. Listen,
Luke,
the
come on,
three
man.
the 311 episode, as I've learned, is one of our most divisive episodes because 311 heads, who are called 3Es, um, I have learned that
They
some of
are?
them maybe, I don't know. You know what? I don't care. There you go.
Oh,
And
shit.
no, but
Doubling down always.
some people got very mad about that episode, and I know one person who told me that
Personally.
personally, who told me she will never listen to the show after what we said about 311. And I was like, what a line in the sand to draw. And also think about what that says about you as a person,
Yeah, you know.
that you're depriving yourself of fucking weekly bangers over here on the Roach Coach podcast. All right. We are bringing some heat.
Roach coach.
And at 401 episodes now, Matt, we are almost as prolific as 311.
That's
So how
correct.
about
We
that?
only have 400 more albums to make.
Mhm. Yeah, when you go see a 311 concert, they play 38 songs every night, and the last one is down. So think about that.
38. You
I
setlist.com that?
You know what, man? I'm half making that up, but I half believe it's true. I'm going to setlist.fm right now, which is my homepage. All right. So they recently played a show at the Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City, New Jersey, in which they played 21 songs. The last song was down. I was not exaggerating that much. So,
Holy.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They That's tough. But you know what? Thank you so much, Luke, and thank you to that person for really just emboldening me to pursue my dreams of continuing to do this show. All right. So, Matt, we have a comment here from Karam who said, I just need Matt to know that this changed my life. And now, anytime I hear a song with really basic lyrics and a simple rhyme scheme, I think this is a real rattle, rattle, roo situation. And Matt, you initially did not know what this was from, but
No,
now
I
you,
no
yeah,
idea.
no idea, but it's since been found. And
Yeah, this is from episode 358, Life by Dope. And for some reason, inspiration struck, and here we go. Rattle, rattle, roo. I am bad, and so are you. We're in a house that has no walls. Is it a house? Look at my balls. Yeah, yeah. Classic Nos.
oh man, is this a house? Look at my balls. I mean, these are the lyrics we live for. This is what you
That's the
this
Roach Coach promise.
that's right, Matt. This is your legacy. I want to say going back to the legacy of this show.
I'm sorry, Rosemary. There's no food on the table. But have you heard me go rattle, rattle, roo?
Roo. uh you know what, Matt? She'll turn to you and she'll say the same thing that Ernesto said in this next comment. Stone sour when?
I'll never get tired of getting asked that question.
I love it. I love it. Everyone's like, 400 episodes. Thank you so much. Just love your show. And Ernesto's like, eyes on the prize. Stone sour when? You haven't done
When?
them yet.
So
First,
when, Lauren?
man,
One
Matt,
thing I know about you is you love telling people what albums we're gonna do.
I love to tell them what albums we're gonna do, and I also love Stone Sour. One of my top 5 favorite bands. After seeing Corey Taylor perform in a pork pie hat, I remember thinking, this is a band I'm gonna follow
Forever.
to the moon. I'll follow them wherever they go. Stone Sour when? I'm gonna say
Eventually.
don't give up. I'm gonna say don't give up. That's what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say eventually. I mean, there's always a side project summer, some year.
Yeah, right? Right? Good point, Matt. Good point. Why don't you take this one from JD?
Love JD. JD Hairston comes in. Weirdly enough, my favorite Roach Coach moment was when I was listening to the episode on Cold Chamber's Rivals, not really an album I like, while doing chores around the house. I had listened to about a dozen or so episodes at that point and caught myself chiming in with the catchphrases and realized I had found my new show. So happy for y'all. Thanks so much. JD, that's the best.
Thank you, JD.
Keep it rolling, baby.
Absolutely. David Boone said, my favorite moments are when comments make y'all laugh. It's always a goal when I post, and hitting that goal makes my dang day. This show has seriously reignited my and probably many others' long lost love of new. For that Roach Coach is truly the seventh string of our guitars, the Charles to our mansion, the shelf stable ranch to our nugs, the real motherfucking deal. David Boone.
Ah, man.
Aw, warm my heart. It's beautiful.
Oh, can you just
Ah,
imagine some shelf-stable ranch?
you know what? I had some shelf stable ranch from Culver's yesterday with my
Okay.
cheese curds, and let me tell you, you want to feel decadence, but also knowledge of like you are eating possibly the most unhealthy thing you can, then taking a fried cheese curd and dipping it into shelf stable ranch.
Yep.
Truly, truly an experience while watching a truly abysmal television show.
What'd you watch?
True Detective season 4, Night Country.
People are going gaga for that, I've heard.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Really?
I booed my TV at the end, Matt. I
It's
booed my
it's
TV.
over, right? Like,
It's
you like
done. It better be. Don't you dare make me watch another episode of that.
now, did you like season 1?
Oh yeah, love season 1.
Season 1's an all-timer, right?
Season 1's an all-timer. Season 2, I ride for Colin Farrell's Cop Forever. Incredible
Okay,
performance. It's a
okay.
lumpy season, but Colin Farrell's like unhinged in that.
Yeah,
And then season 3 is not great, but it did give us a mini Steven Dorff renaissance, which I think we all appreciated. Um,
don't
and it
hate it.
was, and also the other thing is that all 3 of those seasons were written by a fucking maniac. And season 4 is written by, from what I can tell, like a normal person using AI prompts. And so I don't know how many times, like at one point somebody falls in a hole and they go like, sorry about that. And I was like, no, 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 no. At one point they just say one character's name just gets said like 100 times. And then the twist, I won't even get into the twist, the solution. It's so stupid. It's so
Alright.
stupid. Anyway,
You
but I
know
was
what's not
eating.
stupid?
Hmm.
Emails.
Emails,
Who's
Matt.
emailing?
That's right. Jeremy Velarde sent us an email. The subject for
For
Hundo
hundo.
said, Roach Riders Unite. Happy for Hundo Riders and Indigo Angels. I love the fact that Head PE was the pick for the latest episode. The first time I saw Head PE, they were the opening act for Motley Crue. Motley was touring their Pile of Turds album Generation Swine.
We are going to have to do Generation Swine, you know.
Slow down, Matt. So I feel like the link between Jared and the crew gives much more of a reason for the coach to review the swine. I think Charles Manson and Tommy Lee would do a great collaboration. Maybe they could call it Methods of YouTube School. Keep up the killer work. I find you guys funnier than most podcasts that are hosted by comedians. Also, since Corey Feldman is playing the Loserville tour, please consider reviewing one of his Pile of Turds albums. Lots of love, Jeremy. Lots of love back to you, Jeremy. I like that you used the little turd emoji every time you said turds.
Perfect.
That was very fun. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not enjoying this Motley Crue push. Okay, I'm not
I
enjoying it.
secretly am, but
Matt, I realized because I've edited every episode of this show, and I've realized that you will bring up the crew. You will bring up the crew.
yeah, yeah,
And
I will.
so, yeah, so I think you would probably, if we did Generation Swine, you're gonna be like, let me tell you a little bit about Mick Mars, and I'll be like, here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. I don't want to do it there. I don't want to do it.
Okay, okay. I
but I have a
appreciate it.
feeling that eventually I'm gonna get pushed to do it. But right now, listen, we're trying to stick to that new right now.
That
Okay.
that new.
That new. And although as we say that, we are doing like a Cottonmouth Kings episode like
Right, which is
2 weeks.
clearly not new.
Not new. But thank you so much, Jeremy. That must have been really quite a show, Jared and those boys. Speaking of Loserville, just want to push it out there. Limp Bizkit, the Loserville tour. It's also the Roach Coach meetup.
That's right.
We're all gonna be there. Matt's wife is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Sweet Mitchell's gonna be there, along with Jenny. Let's meet up. If you're a
Let's meet
Roach
up.
Rider and you're local, get on over there. We're gonna be on the lawn with the people. Team fries. It's gonna be happening. All right. Right now, we're all taking out loans so we can afford the food from the concessions. It's going to be amazing. So come on over and say hello at the Roach Coach meetup. at Limp Bizkit Loserville 2024 at
And
Pine Knob.
I need to tell you, Lorin, because you don't know this.
Oh boy.
I have purchased those tiny little microphones so that we can interview Roach Riders and Indigo
Wow!
Angels at the show.
Wow! That's exciting. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. This is going to be the best. It's going to be the best. Get to Pine Knob. Get there. Get there.
Hook or by crook.
Hook or by crook. Matt, we got an email from Rachel Branson.
We sure did. Subject feedback for 400. There's simply too many things to list the ways I love you. I'll say this though. You kept me and my boyfriend company during the pandemic, helped us discuss forgotten albums and songs, and gave us the thing we reference more than anything else. Judy, that baby got my eyes, which is Hot Action Cop episode 238. Oh my God, do you remember that?
Matt, I will never forget Hot Action Cop because I watched that music video, which is a crime, which is literal crime on the internet.
So I don't feel like I said that right. The Judy, that baby ain't got my eyes.
I think that's how it goes. Oh, listen, I haven't gone back to revisit Hot Action Cop lately.
What makes me so happy, Rachel, is that although we may have forgotten, you haven't.
Thank you. Thank you.
And she says, thank you to my long lost American brothers and sisters over at Roach Coach. I'm standing by with some terrible British vegan nugs ready for our next recording. You drive me crazy? Rachel, Masha Mags.
Rachel, thank you so much. And yeah, we're Rachel's coming back, everybody. So buckle up for that. It's going to be a blast.
Up.
Matt Hebert sent us an email with the subject line, "Who's fasting?"
Love it.
Says, "What's up, guys? Happy 400. First time emailing because I had to let you know about Who's Fasting." That's
Who's
right,
fasting?
Matt. You can't get away from Who's Fasting. It's in our emails now. The fans are festing.
Everybody knows how much I love Who's Festing.
You love Who's Festing. I'm going to get right to the meat and potatoes and let you guys know that Cold, that's right, Cold, will be performing this summer at Capulet Fest. What's Capulet Fest? Who cares? Because Cold is playing, and we all know the coach loves themselves some Cold. This fest isn't exactly new, but honestly, it's going to be a lot of fun if you're local to the Connecticut area, as it is a 3-day summer event featuring some great acts such as August Burns Red, Bless the Fall, Upon a Burning Body, Impending Doom, Archers, If Not For Me, Red, Colorblind, Eyes Set to Kill, and many more yet to be announced. Thanks for the amazing content. Congratulations on 400. Here's to 100 more. Keep it rolling, baby. Matt.
Awesome.
Matt, Capulet Fest, Colts headlining, but also Upon a Burning Body? If Not For Me? That's the name that stuck out to me. If Not For Me.
If not for me, what?
If not, that's it. That's the name. If Not For Me.
If not for me, y'all be fucked.
Yes, maybe that's what they say. I don't know. Maybe that's the first. Maybe the first album's called that. If Not For Me, y'all fucked. What? Can we hear? Can we hear a little? If Not For Me.
Yeah, of course we can. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Yeah. Okay, I gotta get what this is. Sure.
You know, Matt, it is a common lyric in the last, I'd say, 30 years plus, that people have said while singing a song, "I miss the taste of your skin." And I feel like it works as a lyric in a song. We kind of get it, you know? It's like there's a level of intimacy there that's now missing. That's how close these people were, you know? But if someone just said to you that you had like broken off with, or maybe were in an issue with, and they said, "I miss the taste of your skin," you'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, you weirdo." But you put a sick riff under that,
right?
Money in the bank.
Because, like, okay, all right, yeah. Because what is it? What am I saying? Like, I'm definitely not like Imagine the guy's like a lap dog who's like, ah, can't stop licking your hand. Just miss the taste of your skin. But then the rest of it is it starts to get a little it starts to get really interpersonal really fast.
Mhm. I will say that it is interesting now in this sort of post metalcore, post genre world that you hear a song that basically like that. I'm just like, this is just a Backstreet Boys song with just heavy ass guitars dropped on top of
Right.
it. You
Yeah.
know, like this boy is singing so pretty, but not even that. It's like a post issues world. Like
Mm.
bands like that really smoothed it out. I'm sure that's going to be incredible at Capulet Fest. They are really going to set the stage for Cold to come out and bum you out. So, um, get tickets now on sale. Capulet Fest if you're in Connecticut. Um, Derek Wolofsky, subject
Subject.
line. Yes. Oh, my, I'm
For
sorry, Matt. This one's you.
for yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll read Derek's. 400 strong, baby. Dear Roach Coach, I wanted to send you a heartfelt congratulations on 400 episodes. This show means the world to me, and I look forward to it every week. Thank you, Derek. That's
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
I first got into your show in April of 2020 when my daughter was born. She had reflux and refused to sleep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My daughter is still kind of refusing to sleep, but she's better. But yeah, I remember those days where whew, whew. The only way I could keep sleeping was by pushing her in the stroller on long walks. I listened to every episode and even played it for her. She loves Prowler, especially his signature. Yeah, baby. Almost 4 years later, she heard me playing Animals by Architects and turned to me to say, "This is really rocking, Daddy." All I could say was, "Yeah, baby." I love you guys. Here's to 400 more. Cheers, Derek. Oh man, thank you so much.
Derek, thank you so much. Yeah, we got so many great messages and we appreciate them all. And Jenny appreciates them all as well. And
Well,
400 down.
yeah, 400 down, but I
Four,
mean, we cannot move into the next section without do you have a sweet moment? Do you have a moment from 400?
Matt, the moment that has really stuck with me, um, for most recently was the sort of realization of the man I feel like a man. I feel like that's something that since I've heard it, see it all the time now of bands feeling they need to change the gender pronouns in the songs so they don't seem, oh no, I'm not singing about another guy. And it cracks me up every time, and it's just a very funny observation, and something that I'm very glad in. And it comes from, of course, the Honkin' on Bobo episode, which um, it's always great on the show when we have to take a bit to its logical end game.
Yes.
And we really did on that one. So I mean, that's the thing. We did Honkin' on Bobo. We did Stanger. You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna do Generation Swine?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, now
eventually.
we probably will have to.
Yes.
Oink, 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 oink. That's what a generation of swine sounds like.
Wait a minute. So in those 5 oinks, you're starting with Grandpa Pig? Oink, 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 oink. 5 generations of swine. They
Oh,
all
I,
sound
I
the they all sound the same, Lauren.
listen.
They all
That's what
sounded the same.
I'm gonna say it right now. I have a feeling that I put as much thought into that swine bit as Motley Crue did in naming their album Generation Swine. Um, there's something to be said about Tommy Lee's ability to hear something, think of something, and go, that seems cool, and then fall into his koi pond, and that's that's the tall and short of it. So
All into his koi
and
pond.
listen, I know that Nikki Six. That's right. I know some of the members of Motley Crue. I'm sure Nikki Six is like, I'm the brains over here. I'm the brains of the operation. To which I say, what does it mean to be the brains of the operation in Motley Crue?
Nah, well, no one asked Mix Mars, that's for sure.
No one asked me.
Didn't you say that you watched the doc and like literally nobody is talking to Mick Mars.
No, I did not watch the doc. I have not watched the doc. I do own a copy of The Dirt, and I read the first chapter, and I was like, lives up to the rep. Like, this is some vile shit. But I have not dived into it,
I watched
because
that Dirt movie on Netflix, and
I heard that was
yeah,
bad.
it was not great. I can tell you that.
Do we have to watch that in conjunction with doing Generation
I
Swine?
don't think so because Generation Swine is like their swan song. Like it's their last record, isn't it?
If only. I feel like they have more of that. Don't ask me. I don't know the
What
discography
do
of.
you mean? You don't know? You know,
Uh,
I thought you were Mr. Motley Crue. Let me see.
no, no, Mr. Motley Crue. That's my father. No, I don't know Motley Crue. I
Let's see. Oh, unfortunately, you are 100% correct. There is one, two, three, four. No, those are two live albums. These are all live albums. There's two albums post Generation Swine.
oh they haven't.
Saints Saints of Los Angeles and New Tattoo. Oh God, I feel like I heard New Tattoo, and it is as bad as the idea of writing a song about New Tattoo.
You know what, Matt? I think the singles from New Tattoo say it all. Hell on High Heels, New Tattoo, and Treat Me Like the Dog I Am.
Wow.
Uh People Magazine or Orlando Weekly were unfavorable to that album in their reviews.
Here's
Uh
I can't believe we're going deep into Motley Crue on the 400, but
mm,
I feel like if Motley Crue hit you at the right age, you're like, this is the best band that's ever been. And if you weren't in that window, I don't know if you can get in.
Matt, I think if they hit you at the right time, then you're in for life. I think if they hit you at the wrong time, you may be eligible for financial compensation.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
no
need to
good.
talk to the lawyer to get on the class action lawsuit.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I would say, yeah,
I don't know like I love watching those videos of them live now where it's just question marks to what Vince Neil is singing. It is the great. You've seen these, correct?
Matt, why would I watch live Motley Crue? No, I can tell you this is it. I ain't looking these up. I don't look. Listen, there are certain YouTube rabbit holes I will go down. The Motley Crue rabbit hole has yet to happen to me. All right,
You
I've gone down a Metallica hole. I've gone down a Megadeth hole. I've
okay?
gone down, yeah,
Mhm.
but I have not gone down a Motley Crue hole.
Lorin, for comedy,
Oh boy.
not for music,
Uh huh.
for comedy,
Uh huh.
you must,
Oh no. Oh no.
you must.
I must.
I am for comedy.
Okay. All right. I will
You
Google
must Google Motley Crue,
Motley Crue.
Kickstart My Heart, Rockin' at Rio.
Okay.
Try to figure out what he's saying.
Oh boy.
Try to. Now,
All
Kickstart
right.
My Heart, I will say, of all the Motley Crue songs,
Mhm.
probably the most accessible and the most likable. It is a straight ahead rocker.
Okay.
This version, unintelligible. Absolute madness. Absolute fucking chaos. The band is just like, well, this is a paycheck, and as long as it keeps going. Dare I play any for you? I don't know. I don't know, Lauren.
Save it for the Generation Swine up, man. Save it.
All right, I'll save it.
But I will. Here's the thing. I will Google this, but I have a feeling it's going to jack with my YouTube algorithm. You
Then
know.
do it on a fucking
Oh, I know you're doing it incognito mode. Thank you, man. Maybe I will. Maybe I
you
will.
know what all of us use for pornography. What are you talking
Oh, you have an incognito window open. What are you doing in there, Lauren? Looking at Motley Crue videos. Don't wanna fuck with my fucking algorithm.
I'm using Safari. I never use Safari. No.
Uh, yeah. What, you have Netscape on this computer? Purely
I
for
do
Motley Crue
purely for
video.
Motley Crue searches. Do
uh,
not serve me Motley Crue.
Well, that took a turn. Um, Matt, do you have a particular moment?
Yeah, of course. I have
Yes.
so many moments. I
Yes.
have
Mhm.
let's see. When Josh Toomey recorded Scooter from Cold wishing Jenny and Mitch a happy marriage,
Mhm.
and we played it for Jenny after the abundant amount of shit that she has talked about Cold. That was a world-class moment.
Yeah. That was amazing. I remember the first day that we were sent that, and I
Yes.
remember thinking, I was like counting down the days until we could get to play it for her. Like, oh my god, yeah, you're right. That might be the one right there. That
That
might be
was
the one.
that was such a great moment. The Juggalo Hundo, just
Mhm.
because it was so like, what are we gonna do? How's this gonna go? And then it was just like fun, and we
Mhm.
just was like, let's just have fun with it. When I played the Afghan Wigs for April Fools, that was super fun. Um, Issues is an all-time memory for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Greeting Funky Ken, Jenny and I thinking that it was brilliant, and how angry you were
I
at
really
that
hated it. I really hated
character.
it. I've come to terms with him now, but I did sincerely hate that character for a long time.
Oh, I know. We
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
one of my favorite things is the Chris Gethard show. Love the Chris Gethard show, and there
Mhm.
is a character called Vacation Jason that, no joke, Gethard loathes. He hates this character. He's like, it's a zero effort character. He's just a character that's always on vacation. Like that's all it is. And he hates it so much. And I'm like, we found one. It's
Mhm.
Funky Ken.
That's it. I would say one other thing is that I would say the first live show that we did for
Yes.
Follow the Leader, that was truly an unbelievable experience, and honestly surreal when I think back on it now. Just really, really was
Yeah.
very special though. Very special.
Well,
For yeah.
I think I think this puts a nice bow on it
Mhm.
because I have a feeling that we would do this wackadoo nonsense if no one listened, but the
Mhm.
proof that people listen, they like it, and they appreciate it really makes it worth doing. And
Mhm.
400 episodes later, I know we wouldn't be doing this without the people who contribute every single week, comment every single week,
Mhm.
let us know that they're out there, support us on the Patreon or not. It doesn't matter. It just matters that you're there and listening. And I appreciate like 400 episodes is a lot for us to do, but riding with the Roach throughout all of that, that's amazing as well. So that's probably a good place to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Before we go, Matt, we're not done with this episode just yet. I did want to touch on a couple bits of who's touring.
Who is touring?
And I want to talk about this headline. It's from the PRP, and this was sent to us by a couple people. And the headline is Amir's Frankie Palmieri says he doesn't expect to ever return to Australia after this month's tour. So I see this headline and I'm like, interesting. Is there more to it? So I go over to the PRP. And this
Okay.
article, Matt, is written by Wookabus,
Ah, Wookabus.
who said it would appear that Amir's impending Australian tour with 1056 and Diamond Construct will be their last run down under. While short on context, the band's vocalist Frankie Palmieri took to the internet yesterday, February 14th, to announce that he doesn't expect to ever return to the continent. The tweet: This is probably the last time I'll ever step foot in Australia. So to anyone thinking of seeing these Australian tour dates to support Amur, 1056, and Diamond Construct, I'd advise you to take advantage of it. It's been real, Australia. Peace sign emoji.
Wow.
Do you think a dingo ate his baby?
Gareth Davies, please confirm.
Please confirm, did a dingo eat Frankie Palmieri's baby? And he's so mad about it that he's going to finish the tour with a mirror 10.56 and Diamond Construct, and the whole time he's gonna be fucking furious.
He's gonna be, or did a drop bear get somebody in his family?
Did he drop his cell phone, which also is his wallet, because he's the type of guy, and then it fell into the pocket of a kangaroo, which hopped away with it, and he chased after it, saying, "Don't you know who I am?" And the kangaroo stopped and drop kicked him. And then he was so mad about
Kangaroo
it.
stopped.
Mhm.
Straight kangaroo jacked.
Mhm.
Point.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you're Frankie Palmieri.
Don't care. The other option here, this is one that just came to me. This is another
All right.
wild left turn option. The other problem is that Frankie rolled in and he said, "No one has dumber and more ill-advised tattoos than me." And then Daniel Johns, former lead singer of Silverchair, rolled in and said, "Hello,
I beg to differ.
have you seen my neck? It says dreams." So, and that was that. That was that.
Cool.
All options.
Can you imagine sitting and getting dreams around your
I want to confirm that it's dreams. Here's what I want to say is that it's definitely dumb. And I say that as someone who loves Silverchair, who loves Daniel John's solo records. I'm typing in Daniel John's tattoos because he's got a bunch. Okay, Daniel John's. All right, I do not need to see results closer to me. Yes, it's dreams. He has dreams. I was not incorrect. Dreams is tattooed on his neck.
Yeah, I was at the store today and I saw somebody who had a sleeve, and I was with Rosemary, and she's really not noticed tattoos before, but like this is a very public and full displayed tattoo on someone's arm. So I was like trying to prepare myself in case she was like, "What is that?"
And
You
when can
know,
I
like
get one?
anything. And it's
Mhm.
like, how do you explain to like a 6-year-old that, I have no problem with tattoos, which is just it makes me sound as old as the world. But
Uh-huh.
like, I don't care. I don't have any, and that's my choice. And if you have 100, that's your choice. And I love everybody. Like, I have no problem with tattoos. What I do want to
Matt,
say to my
I want to pause you real quick. I just want to let you know that with this whole spiel, I really feel like I'm not nailing this interview because of the big tattoo on my face, and you're not going to hire me.
what do you mean? Also, please leave. No, no, I was trying to figure out. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, or standing there, and I was like, what? Okay, if she asks about the tattoo, what do I say? And I just say, like, I would just, like, here's what came to me in that moment. Here's how my
Okay.
brain worked. It was
Mhm.
like, well, it's a very personal decision that people make to put a mark on their skin that'll last forever. That's like what should say. Like, very personal decision. You have a drawing, lasts forever. But then my brain, because it's my brain, keeps going. Sometimes it's incredibly personal. Like people will commemorate someone they lost or something that meant something between them and someone else. Other times they will be drunk and they will wander in and be like, "What can I get for $10?"
What did you tell your daughter, Matt? I'm dying to know.
Oh, she didn't ask. She didn't ask. I'm doing all this mental preparation. She didn't care.
Isn't
Here's the
this
deal. Kids
isn't
don't
this
care.
isn't this the lesson of tattoos also? Is sometimes you get a tattoo, people get a tattoo, and they're like, "I'm making a statement." And then
A
everyone's like,
6-year-old doesn't care.
6-year-olds know that 6-year-olds, they don't care about it. They don't care about it. So Australia, your
By the way,
last
I
chance.
sounded like the biggest narc. Like, I don't know how you can say that you're okay with something without sounding like you're not okay with it.
Matt,
It's
Matt,
impossible. So
Matt, it's okay. The only way you can redeem yourself is by getting every Amir album cover tattooed on the back of your head. Okay, just get them all
getting
there.
dreams as a necklace.
Yep. Get a dreams necklace.
My wife will
Amir.
be
Yeah.
thrilled.
She'll be, yeah. And listen, nothing she'll enjoy more than when you turn to get something out of the fridge and she sees the album cover that says "Look at yourself" on it, and she'll be like, "The man I married, love of
I
my
love him
life.
so much. What a dream.
Oh, that boy, Matty Nas."
He really
Uh,
rings my bell.
Amur is playing Newcastle, Australia at the Newcastle Hotel, February 22nd. Sydney, Australia at the Factory Theatre, the 23rd, and Brisbane at Cult Fest on the 25th of February. And then they are never coming back.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry. That's just how it is. You know, unless you can find the dingo that ate his baby. I'm sticking with that one. There is but here's the thing, they're coming back to America. All right, they're coming back to America after that, and they're saying enough of that, we're back. And most other bands, after, man, the flight to Australia, incredibly long.
So long.
Some might say draining, some might say after you do that, take a little break. Amur, absolutely not. They're road dogs, got to get back out there. They got to get out there. So they are then jumping on the Half Living Things tour with Alpha Wolf, Unity TX.
Love this.
They are playing all around town. They are going to be playing Detroit on April 27th. Matt,
Yeah.
you are considering going to this show.
So I don't know Alpha Wolf. I'm going to be honest here.
Matt, it's okay that you don't know Alpha Wolf, because all you need to do is hear their song, Akudama, and you will know who Alpha Wolf is.
All right. Fine. Here we go.
Say it to my face, Matt. You can if you go to this show. You go. Listen, this is the way to do it, Matt. You get your look at yourself tattoo. All right.
Yep.
Right. I say forget the back of your head. Get it on the side of your head, like a real psycho. Okay.
Well, I'm bald, so like I could
Right.
do like a friar tuck, you know, like
You could.
circle.
You could. The whole discography right around your head. You go to this show. Frankie's going to come out. He's going to see your tattoos. He's going to go, I just flew from Australia. I thought I was getting away from the dumb tattoos. There's dumb tattoos here, dumber than mine. Unbelievable. He's going to be furious. Unity TX is going to come out. They're going to crush. Then Alpha Wolf's going to come out. I mean, this is going to be the show of shows. Their last album was called A Quiet Place to Die. They have a new one coming out. I don't have the name in front of me, but I'm sure it's going to be bananas too. And I mean, look at this drawing here on this poster. This guy's got a big giant winter jacket on, pulled all the way up, and then he's got what looks like a trucker hat, baseball hat, pulled down real close. Can't see his face. This guy, he looks like trouble. He also looks like he might overheat. Get him a cold beverage because he looks like he's warm. And I think this is going to be a hot show, Matt. I really hope you go. Do you give us a boots on the ground situation and let us know what's going on with all of these bands who I think are going to rip shit up. I'd say if you're a little concerned about getting tossed around, you know.
No, I am a big boy. So.
You are a big boy, but you know, big boys go to these shows. You know, other big boys,
true.
Other big boys. But I'm saying, you know, you maybe get up in the balcony, you know, and just look down and see what's going on. I mean, you know, that pit will be writhing. That pit will be moving. It will be its own organism. You know, you get too close, you just be subsumed into it. You know, what happened to Jerry? Pit got him.
Pit got him.
Pit got him.
Pit got him.
Pit got. So thank you everyone who told us about this tour. It looks truly bananas, and hopefully Matt Nas will go there and tell us what it was like.
I think so.
All right, Matt, there's only one way to close out an episode of the Roach Coach podcast, and it is with Vandels Can't Handles Part 2.
The Rise of the Roach.
We are, believe it or not, still not through this list because there are so many bangers to get through. Matt, who are we listening to this week?
Well, here's Sour Times by The Blank Theory. I'm going to be honest.
Uh-oh.
That album to me, Portishead's album, Dummy, it's kind of an untouchable record.
It is a classic of both the genre and of music.
And that song in particular, one of my favorites. One of my favorite songs.
Mhm.
That version,
Mhm.
I can see the Vampire Lestat coming out. I'm not gonna lie.
Matt, let's be honest, okay? Who can't relate to this idea? Nobody loves me. It's true, not like you do. That is something that the Vampire Lestat would say right before he rip you to shreds on the fucking ceiling.
That's correct.
Because that's the only place that he's going to fuck you and kill you. It's on the ceiling. All right. Listen, when the Vampire Lestat goes and looks at a house, okay, most other people, they're going to look at the floor plan.
Not
That guy,
Lestat.
ceilings.
Ceiling, baby.
He's going to look at nothing but the ceilings. He'd be like, what are we dealing with here? What's it? You know, he hears like 9-foot ceilings.
What's the clearance? What's
Yeah.
the clearance?
Yeah. He's like, all right, listen, can I like to get down and down. I mean, up.
Yeah.
I like to get down and up. And, you know, plus the other thing though is whenever he does these house tours, he's got to be like, "Can I come inside?" And they're like, "Sure." And he's like, "No, you have to invite me." And they're like, "What? You have an appointment?" He's like, "Yeah, just invite me in." He's like, "Fine, come in." It's a whole thing. It makes house hunting a pain.
Such
But
a pain in the ass.
that is the agony of the vampire life.
It is.
House hunting. It's a pain in the ass. This you know what? There's nothing there's nothing more new metal than a cover.
Very true. I feel like this is one of the ones though where the original is so strong that
Mhm.
any cover of it will not be able to hold up against it. But in the context of a movie
Mhm.
where there's a vampire, this
Mhm.
works completely. For me going back and listening to this, that will never happen.
Right.
I'm
Well,
going to
you
be
know what?
honest.
Here's the other thing though to keep in mind, Matt, is that if you are a vampire, okay,
Mhm.
and you've been
Ooh, yeah.
alive for so long, okay,
Centuries.
you've
Ugh.
watched loved ones come and go,
Mhm.
empires rise and fall.
True.
You have then heard songs get played to death, just played out.
Literally.
So when someone does a cover like this as a vampire, you're like, honestly, I'll take it. I've been hearing so much stuff for so long. You know, it's just played out. I'm open to covers. Maybe that's why there are so many new metal covers that remind us of vampires because they're actually probably vampire funded. Think about it.
Oh yeah, big
Think about it.
vampire.
I'm
Making
pitching
sure.
this, and I think I'm gonna. Big vampire, big vampire. That's right. I'm interested. I know this is a record that's been pushed to us before. I can tell you without even looking at the long list that it's on it, and that I own a physical copy because I believe someone mailed it to us. So, I'm curious what the rest of the record sounds like. Is the rest of the record going to evoke Vampire Lestat fucking you on the ceiling? Maybe. Possible. An interesting twist on this list, I will say.
A true twist.
A true twist. He's still keeping us guessing. We still have songs to go, and he's like, "Listen, I know I've been hitting you with straight rippers, but how about a vampire fuck fest too?" I'm like, "Man,
Let me just tell you, I couldn't handle it.
yeah,
Their
it's
Vandels
fine.
can't handle.
That's right. It's in the name. It's in the name." Thank you so much for that one, though. Appreciate it. More songs to come from this list. And that does bring us to the end of another episode of Roach Coach.
Certainly
Thank
does.
you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Want all those. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Roach Coach Podcast. The Pact is happening. You've heard the app. You know that it's hot. Mitch did the theme song.
So good.
So good. And more fun to come with the Pact and Roach Coach. So thank you so much. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Roach Riders
and Indigo Angels. Thank you. Why? 402. We stopped doing this.
Absolutely not. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Roach Coach
Podcast.
hot all day, every day. It's the Roach Coach
Podcast.
all day, all day.